try this again, Twitter. Hello, Twitter world. It's yours truly, Art Man. Nah, just messing around like OJ Simpson. He be funny as hell on Twitter. A little coonish, but he be funny as hell. We gonna try this again, man. I don't know what's wrong with your sound. I can hear. Can you say something so I can hear you?
Testing 1, 2.
Bet.
Here we
Okay.
go.
So yeah, man. It's yours truly, Art Man. Back once again to talk about how I can assure you that Wilder versus Fury 3 is next.
Uh, there's still, I don't know, man. So you're, because Eddie Hunt, there it seems to be a venue, and a venue sorted now. They said a venue.
Eddie Hearn isn't Tyson Fury's promoter. Eddie Hearn is not in this arbitration with Wilder. He can, I'm telling you, he doesn't know. And he is going to blame Bob Arum. He's going to tell you guys Bob Arum did not tell you the specifics of what happened in that arbitration because Eddie isn't allowed to be in that arbitration.
Yeah. Mm.
That's my point. Frank Warren, it's like all the people who say something realistic about AJ versus Fury,
Mm-hmm.
they get criticized and they get
Yeah.
discredited. Like Frank Warren, that's Tyson Fury's promoter.
Mm-hmm.
John Fury, that's Tyson Fury's father.
Yeah.
And you guys are saying, no, nah, Eddie Hearn knows. Eddie Hearn knows. Eddie Hearn is playing you guys. He is playing you guys. Simple. You don't think so? You don't
I
think
just feel like they've gone too
Eddie
deep.
Hearn?
It's too deep into it for them to for it not to. You get me? Like venue, if a venue's been sorted and whatnot, seems like everything's been like they've gone through too much now for them
But that
to
hasn't been
go.
signed. A venue hasn't been signed off. They didn't sign off on a venue. So it's easy to say, let's do away with the fight. There's no, not to our knowledge, there hasn't been any major transactions between these Saudi people and Eddie and Frank Warren and them. So it's easy to scrap this fight. Know who's deep into something? Fury is deep into litigation with Wilder.
Yeah,
And they
supposedly.
know that. It's like
Yeah.
this. This is how simple you can break it down. The judge can rule an injunction, which can stop Fury from doing anything. Literally, even if he decides he doesn't want to fight Wilder again, the judge that injunction can stop all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Second, you guys are talking about damages. The damages for a fight of that magnitude is not going to be $5 million, $10 million. It's going to be damn near what the fight was worth. And how do
What
you
the damage is
estimate
to
what a
Wilder?
fight was worth? How do you estimate what a fight was worth? You look at the numbers from the last fight. Even if that number is just above 40 or $50 million, who do you think is going to pay that when Bob Arum himself said Tyson Fury has ESPN top rank in the red? So who's going to pay for that? I'm thinking the damages are going to be so high that Fury is just going to pull himself up from his bootstraps and stop running like a little coward and just fight Wilder. That AJ fight is still there. It's literally still because we all know AJ is going to run through Usyk,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so it's still there. Just handle Wilder like you said you can.
Yeah. I,
Simple as that, mate.
I think that should have happened in the first place anyway. I think back in December that fight should have happened. Obviously, it's not happened. But I just feel like now with the negotiation and everything that's gone on, they're too deep into it. You get me? Like too deep into it to for it not to happen now.
Too deep in
So
what? When there's
in, no, in the negotiations for the AJ Fury fight, look, they like I said, we can only take the word on it. Look, I know Frank Warren, they've been negative about it. This whole like they're negative about everything. They're seen as the negative people. Yeah, yeah. Eddie Hearn, I
they're
take Eddie
negative
Hearn.
because they're realistic. It's like going to the doctor. They say people. Some people say they don't like certain doctors because doctors tell them the truth,
Now, but
and they
Eddie
say,
Hearn is
"Oh,
the
that's a
real one.
bad doctor," but in reality, that's a good doctor.
Yeah, but Eddie Hearn is the better promoter. He's the more like more reliable one, the one who gets shit done. You get me? Like he's the better
Yeah, for
promoter, a
his
much more
his
established
side
one.
of the business. His Don't get me wrong. Eddie Hearn has his side of the business. The business down packed even. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
His side is clear. AJ doesn't have to worry about any of that. And now looking at it, Eddie Hearn doesn't have to worry about anybody but pleasing the zone.
hmm
So their side is simple. There's only one side that has all of this baggage that is stopping AJ from fighting Fury, and that's Team Fury. And we all know that. It's like, I don't know why we're pretending like it's not Tyson Fury who's going to fuck up AJ versus Fury. It's his fault, literally. We all know that. It's not
yeah.
Eddie Hearn's fault.
If it comes down to the arbitration with Wilder, then yeah, it would be his fault. If that's the reason for it not to happen, of course, it's their fault. That should have been dealt with and sorted, no doubt.
Look, okay, he says, does
hmm
the U.S. injunction about U.S. case over what does outside the U.S. Here's the thing: they can try to skate, right? When I say skate, that's a term we use to say try to disappear, try to go away. They
Okay.
can try to skate off, right? But America, that's the home of ESPN Top Rank. They can
Mm.
get the subpoena sent to their offices here in America.
Yeah.
So you can't run off because your base is going to take a big hit. What are you going to do? Run to Saudi Arabia and fight in Saudi Arabia for the rest of your life? Look what happened to Manny Pacquiao.
Mm.
You can't just run off, especially when your base is here in this country. Said good point. It's like, okay, bye. We'll see you when you come back. Here's the subpoena in ESPN's office waiting for you when you come back. Literally.
Mm. Damn, man, this is why I hate talking to you, man. You get my hopes down.
I'm not trying to get your hopes down, man. It's just
No,
blame
no, honestly,
Team
no,
Fury,
no, no,
man.
no, no,
Team
no. It's
Fury
fine.
fucking up.
Like I
Because
said, if it is Wilder Fury free, I'm not upset. I don't mind that. I'd like that. You get me? And if it is AJ Usyk, if we get two great fights out of it that are
yes,
happening on
that's
either side.
two great fights. I don't know why people are upset. Like,
So yeah, I wouldn't be massively upset about it. At first, if the news hits first, I'm like, oh damn, AJ Fury. But then literally like a moment later, I'll think, oh okay, we got two great fights. So I want to be down bad over compared to a lot of these UK fans will be. Like it's gonna hurt a lot of people here, but it won't hurt me massively. I'll be like, look, we're getting Wilder Fury
it should
free.
have hurt you guys when he said he couldn't fight in your country anymore.
I'm not too fussed to be honest. If he couldn't, I'll be honest, if he's not fighting the country, it is what it is, isn't it? Like I prefer watching on home anyway. Certain fights, certain fighters they're worth going to watch. Fury, unless he's fighting a big name, it's not worth going. Like I said, when he fought that in his comeback
Otto
fight.
Wallin, Tom Schwartz.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
wants to
Like,
see that.
yeah, no, 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 no doubt.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to see Ajit Kabial. That's why they have to back. That's why they have to back up off that fight because it's like if there's any fight worth risking this contract with Wilder,
Yeah.
it might as well be an AJ fight, not an Ajit Kabial fight.
I would like to see him fight Michael Hunter. That would be good. On
Yeah, he
paper,
could fight Michael Hunter after he fights Wilder in
mm.
the
No, no, but
trilogy.
as in for the December fight, because on paper it should be an easy. Like look at the size difference: 6'1" against 6'9". Fury should box circles around him really, but obviously that fight, the arbitration probably got in the way of him having that sort of voluntary defense that he wanted. Um, but I don't know, man. I'm just thinking, like I said, I'm more optimistic that the fight is gonna happen more than ever. Really, the fight is gonna happen. I know I get what you're coming from, but I just feel like there's
Did you
ways
see
that
Wilder's new post?
with Malik Scott.
Yeah, did you see the caption he said?
What was the caption? I've only seen the photo. What was the caption?
Let me go to the caption.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just read it real fast. I think you're gonna like it too. Okay, he posts a picture. The caption reads, "The action of harming someone because they have harmed oneself, revenge."
Oh, damn. That's definitely point. That's definitely pointing at Fury.
And everybody in the comment section is saying flames, 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 revenge is coming. Wilder the king, Wilder Fury 3, Wilder Fury 3. Even Deontay's Wilder's wife comments, "It's coming." Oh shit!
Shit, I didn't even know.
Woo!
I didn't even. I
Man,
seen
I
the
didn't even
photo.
notice the brother's wife comment on. And if there's anybody that knows anything about a man, it's his wife.
Yeah, yeah.
So hey,
Damn,
do
that
you think
is
You know
quite.
what? I do think Malik Scott is a good trainer for Wilder. And here's my point.